guys, welcome back to Style with Substance and welcome to another video on the law of attraction. I've been thinking about making this into a series, but I don't know if I have enough topics to talk about, so I'm just going to randomly do a video on this every now and again. Seeing that the response on my last video on this topic was so positive, I had no idea that you guys would respond to that video in the way that you did. So if you want to hear my thoughts on how to use the law of attraction to manifest what you want in your life, then please keep watching. So the last video I did, as you guys know, was really my story with the law of attraction and how I used it to manifest some of the amazing things that I have in my life. And I felt like I needed to take a step back and just talk to you a little bit more about my thoughts on the law of attraction, what tools I sort of use on a regular basis to help in my journey, and just really break it down simply for somebody who's very new to it. The law of attraction is quite easily summed up in one sentence, to me anyway, which is that thoughts become things. And the whole concept of the law of attraction is really focused around positive thinking and using your positive thoughts to attract all the good that you want into your life. I would say if I were to recommend any literature or any books on the topic, I would definitely say you should all read The Secret. That is the book that introduced me to the concept, and that is the book that I feel, in my opinion, explains it really easily to just somebody who's totally new to it. I got a lot of questions in my last video around what techniques I use to manifest the things that I want in my life, and I've had a few more recent examples which have really shown me that it works. First of all, it hasn't always been an overnight thing, and that is all to do with how you think about things. Now, there are ways in which you can speed up the manifestation process, because what I found in my first few years of using The Secret is that yes, it worked, but manifesting things sometimes took longer than other things, and it's all to do with your mind frame. So The Secret, the book The Secret, talks a lot about the fact that only we place a time limit on how quickly something is to be manifested in our lives. And that's sometimes our own downfall, because the universe or the powers that be or God or, you know, the sort of ultimate intelligence or whatever you want to refer to this higher power as, it doesn't see a time limit and it doesn't see size in terms of how big something is to manifest. So you might think that manifesting your dream home is going to take you 3 years. It might take you 2 minutes. It might take you a week. Size doesn't matter to the universe, basically. What you might see as something really big to manifest is just seen as a small dot and a very small, tiny thing in the grand scheme of things. So what I learned is to never limit yourself by placing a deadline on when you might achieve or manifest something, because it could come to you a lot quicker than you think. A great way to bring the whole thing to life and sort of bring about the tools that I use is thinking about my YouTube. I think I came on YouTube for two different reasons. I came on YouTube because I wanted to help everyday people realize greatness in their life. But I also came on YouTube because I wanted to find a voice for myself and a creative outlet for myself. So it was almost twofold. But because of those two reasons, I wanted to see my channel grow to great heights, because I feel like you can impact so many people's lives, and the bigger your audience, the more people you're able to impact on this platform anyway. So I very much came on and, you know, I'd heard some preconceptions about how successful black women are on YouTube and how long it takes to grow your audience as a black woman on YouTube, and I kind of let that get in my head, if I'm honest, and I kind of was of the opinion that, oh, if you're a black woman, it's going to take you ages to grow your subscriber base, it's going to be really slow, you know, people in our community don't support us as much, and so on and so on and so on and so on. But why is that? Is that true? Because the content that I'm putting out doesn't differ very much from the content that an Indian girl might put out, or a white girl might put out, or a Spanish girl might put out. Why is it that my growth would be slower just because of the colour of my skin? At the end of the day, it comes down to your content, right? And then I was like, yeah, it does. I watch my videos back after I upload them because I want to see where I can improve, and, you know, I want to really critique myself. And when I was watching my videos back, I thought, actually, it wouldn't matter what race I was watching these videos, I would still get what I'm supposed to get out of them. And whether that's fashion advice or whether that's advice about buying a house, it's still useful advice. It doesn't matter who's giving it to you. And I happen to think that some of my videos are really great and cover really important topics, and regardless of the colour of my skin, I thought that anybody could enjoy this. So I stopped having that fear or thought in my mind that my channel wouldn't grow as fast as my, European or white counterparts. And I just started thinking my channel's going to grow because my content is really interesting and useful and helpful for people. So I continued on to that path, and I think what really boosted things or really changed things for me was actually when I went to Lisbon. I think my last day or two there, I hit a milestone of 3,000 subscribers. Now that is after just under 2 years on YouTube. And when I thought about where I would be at the very beginning, I could not have even fathomed that I would ever get to 1,000 subscribers in the beginning. And now here I was hitting 3,000, and now here I have just hit 4,000, and that's in the space of 2 months. So September, I think I hit 3,000, and now October has passed, November has passed. 2 months later, I've hit another 1,000 milestone. So, you can't, that one blows my mind. Like, I'm so grateful that there are over 4,000 people now who are subscribed to this channel and, who see my videos. And it really made me think in the past few days that, gosh, if I can grow 1,000 subscribers in a month, then God knows where I could be in the next 2 years. And I'd set myself a target, and I'm going to be very honest and open with you guys, I'd set myself a target to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2016. And I think I'm very much going to hit that target. And then it made me think about the target that I'd set for the end of 2017. And I thought, well, surely whatever target I put in place for myself, I can reach it, because there's no limit. You never know how quickly or how huge, your blessing or your success is going to be. So why would you put a limit on that? Or why would you try and time it when you're not in charge of making things happen? Your responsibility is to ask, believe, and receive. In doing that, once you've asked, you just need to believe that it's yours already, and there's nothing more to do about it than that. So I use my YouTube channel as an example because that is where I see me implementing the majority of the tools that I've learned in reading about the law of attraction. So the number one tool, ask. And in asking, do not put any limitations on what it is that you are asking for. Do not limit yourself in the size, in the magnitude, and in the speed of your blessing or whatever you're asking for coming to you, because you just don't know how huge your blessing could be, and you just don't know how quickly it could come to you. So just use your imagination and just put yourself out there and say, you know what, let me be crazy. Let me just say that by the end of next year, I'm going to have hit 50,000 subscribers, and just put it out there to the universe if YouTube is your thing, and see what happens. I am a Christian, so I ask through prayer and, quiet reflection with, when I'm having my time where I'm connecting with God. But I also write it down because I feel like there's a lot of power in written words. I've always been a writer at heart, as much as I've kind of deviated somewhat, and I'm now a speaker in doing my YouTube videos. I've always believed that my writing is very powerful in terms of bringing about the things that I want in my life, and almost everything that I've ever written down has come to pass, which even now saying that out loud makes me think there are so many more things that you could be writing down right now. But it's a work in progress, and I will be writing those things down because I've really seen success in doing that. So in asking, ask through prayer, ask through writing things down, ask through quiet reflection, ask by screaming it from the rooftops, ask through affirmations. Do whatever it is you need to do, but ask. Make your intention or your request known to the universe or to the higher power, to God. The second tool is to believe. Believe that you have received what you have asked for. So once you ask for something and you asked in an honest and kind spirit, don't ask anymore. Just believe it's yours. And in believing it's yours, I'm not saying you can't talk about it anymore. Of course you can talk about it, but you have to believe that it's already yours. So you have to talk about it as if you already have it. You have to act as if you already have it. So if you're trying to manifest a boyfriend or a new relationship, tell yourself how happy you are about the fact that you've met the love of your life, or feel how happy you would feel in a loving relationship. Make room in your life for your blessing. So if you're asking for a new job, then make room in your day-to-day schedule, if you're currently unemployed, for working. Get up every morning at a decent time, prepare your clothes the night before, prepare your lunch, add that structure to your day that you would have if you had a job. And the same thing in attracting a new relationship or new love. Act as if you've already received, and then you prepare yourself mentally for that blessing to come to you, because it's hard for something to come into your life if there's no room for it, and if you're not in that mind frame that you can handle it. So that is why a lot of us miss out on our blessings, because as much as we really want these things, we're not mentally prepared in our lives for them. So you need to believe that you've received what you've asked for, and you need to feel the feelings, the good feelings that hopefully having whatever it is you've asked for will bring you. So whenever I film videos or I'm not in the mood to do my videos, I just kind of think of all your hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are going to be really disappointed if you don't upload on Wednesday and on Sunday like you said you have. And as much as right now there are not hundreds of thousands of you in the universe, I know that there are hundreds of thousands of people coming to me, or that are going to come to me through my videos. Whether they're physically subscribed now or they don't know about me at all, it's going to happen. So that is how I kind of get myself into the thought and into the motion of somebody who has that big an audience, because I treat my channel and treat my content like the hundreds of thousands of people are watching it. And so I try to keep it quality and I try to keep it consistent. And that, I think, is what has helped me grow also, because when you believe and you're acting as if you believe, it just spirals like success. It just spirals into something you could have never imagined. So you have to believe, you have to feel the feelings of having that thing. And then the other thing is visualization, which is a really great tool for helping you to believe. I've always been a daydreamer. I've always had a really active imagination as a child. My teachers told my parents that I daydream too much and that I'm never really focused, or I'm never really present in class a lot of the time. And that was because in my mind, I was totally somewhere else. I was in my adult life a lot of the time in my head. And whenever I would go to bed at night as well, I was imagining what kind of a life I wanted to build for myself, or that I wanted in the future. And I would always imagine the kind of life that I wanted to build and that I wanted to have, and I imagined it down to a T, so much so that now there are days that I look at things in my life and I think about things in my life and I think, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's happened in just the way I expected it to happen, or I wanted it to happen. So visualization, imagining, and doing all of that stuff is really good. I have something called an as if journal. It's like a diary entry, but a diary entry in my dream life. And that is a really powerful, powerful manifestation tool for me. It has worked wonders. There are things I've written in there that I've started having conversations about, and some of them have started happening. So I'll give you an example. In my as if journal, I had written down that I would be taking a trip to New York to do some shopping and just some downtime. And then a few days ago, I was talking to my sister and we were planning a trip for next year. She was talking about going to Miami for her birthday, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I would do Miami again. But she was like, oh, well, if we don't do Miami, what about if we did New York? And in my mind, I was like, there is no way that she could have known that. There is no way that anybody could have known that. And it's just crazy. And now we're kind of like, we're not like, we haven't done any serious searching, but we've sort of been looking for tickets and booking flights, and it's just crazy. It's just so weird. And it's not something that I could have visualized that I would have been able to do next year, but now I can. So it's amazing. So visualization and writing things down and having an as if journal and writing a diary entry as if you're kind of living out your dream life, and you get to talk about and play out all the things that you want to happen in that book is a really powerful tool, and I'd recommend that everybody gets yourself an as if journal. I just have a little notebook that I scribble things in from time to time, but you know, it's worth investing in a really nice book that you love the look of and that you love writing in, because it will really encourage you to use that. And then the third step is just to receive. So you just need to wait for your blessing to come to you, and it actually will. I mean, I talk to you now, and my last video, for example, was a haul. I've done loads of hauls on my channel. They always generally get a good response, but this video, I think it's currently just under 12,000 views, and I only uploaded it last week Sunday, so a week. I've never done 12,000 views in a week on a video, so that is crazy to me. And as a result of that video, I've gone from having like 3,500 subscribers to just over 4,100 subscribers. So the sheer response to that, and you know, when things start to manifest, it really gives you a boost, and you then move on to manifesting bigger and bigger and bigger things. So now that, so it's kind of it's a spiral, but not a downward one, definitely an upward one. It's kind of like you hit a point and then your momentum just goes crazy through the roof. And I feel like I've just hit that point now, and things are only going to get better. And it's hard to fathom, it's hard to make sense of how things happen, and that is why they say that it's not your job to figure out the how and the why. You just need to let the universe do its job, and all you need to do is focus on believing and visualizing and feeling the good feelings of whatever your blessing is, and wait for it to come. And don't put a time limit on it, because you might delay it more than it was, you know, originally going to come to pass. So you just need to be ready for it any day, any hour, any minute now, because it's coming. I'm telling you that. So yeah, I get goose pimples talking about this stuff, because it's changed my life. And Christmas is coming up, and I think if you could buy a Christmas present for anybody who, you know, anybody special to you in your life who likes reading, or even who doesn't like reading, anyone whose life you just want to change or have a positive impact on, I would buy them The Secret and The Power. And they come in different forms. You can get iBooks or ebooks, so they can read them online. You can get them in audio form if they don't like reading. You can get them a physical book, paperback, hardback. Those are the two gifts I think that would make the best Christmas gift for somebody. And I would definitely recommend those. As even though I haven't finished reading The Power, I know I'm going to love it because I've already loved it so far. So yeah, that's my thoughts on how to manifest anything that you want in life, and that's how I've done it so far, and I think there's only more to come. And yeah, I don't know, whenever I talk about this stuff, it just really makes me smile, it makes me really happy, and it just makes me feel so blessed, because there are some things in my life that I couldn't have ever dreamed of, and I know that they are only down to God, because The Secret to me is linked to my Christian faith, and without God, none of those things can come to pass. And without whoever you believe in, or whatever you believe in, without that higher power, that blessing can't come to you, because you have to invest faith and prayer and time in that relationship and that connection with that higher power to really have those things come to you. So I feel like the two are really linked, and maybe that's a topic for another video, who knows. But I hope you guys are well. I hope that from my last video and this video, you're really starting to come into, you know, to stretch your manifesting muscles, as I like to say. And I have so many more videos on this topic now that I know you guys are here for it, you love it, and you're really interested on it. And I want to keep sharing all the things that I'm manifesting in my life with you guys, not because I'm bragging, because I never want to come across like that, but because I want you to know that it's achievable and it's possible for you. And so many people are out here doing it and living it and reaping the benefits, and I feel like you guys should all too. Like, I want the best for you guys in the same way that I feel like you want the best for me. So let's help each other, let's share stories down in the comments box below, share tools, techniques, whatever you've got. Let's just start talking about it, because life is meant to be abundant, it's meant to be amazing, and we're not meant to have any lack. So let's start inciting those things in our lives and just making you know, just making us live an amazing life. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!